I seriously wonder how much longer we'll actually be able to continue to function as a society with the amount of damage that the liberals have done to the culture, to our schools, to the legal system, to families, to pop culture, etc. We may actually be beyond the point of no return, and we're headed into uncharted territory. Last week, it was the Muppets that were too scary for the children to see, too offensive, and now it's Dr. Seuss. So instead of just putting a warning label on them like Disney Plus did to the Muppets show, now they've decided to cancel them. At least 6 of the books so far, the publisher has now deemed upon a review and feedback from the twits on Twitter that the books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. Good enough for children for generations, but now they're just too scary to even be in print. And I told you the digital book burning is only just beginning. And now Amazon has updated their logo. They changed it from the white logo with the shopping cart on it to what looks like a package coming from Amazon with the blue tape on it and their Amazon little smiley logo. And some people on Twitter, of course, the engine that's driving the crazy train that's ruining the country, complained that the logo on the app looks like Adolf Hitler. I'm not kidding. The one on the left was the previous update from the white one with the shopping cart on it, and now they changed it to make it look like the tape was being peeled off of the package because people were scared from the logo because they were hallucinating that it was Adolf Hitler, and that's not a joke. So I tweeted out, what products should we troll companies about their products being racist, sexist, and et cetera, to see how far we can move the Overton window to illustrate the absurdity of our modern age and get the woke corporations to basically implode on themselves. And so far, I got some great suggestions, like Mr. Clean. Somebody said he looks like one of those scary in-head, in-skay Ed Hayes, right? Scary. It's one of those scary Eitway supremacists say. And so I went to the Twitter account, and of course they had their pinned tweet that the Mr. Clean cleaning product is dedicated to equality and fighting systemic racism. So I think we should probably try to get them canceled. Another one, this is a great one. The board game Operation. Not very inclusive, not diverse. It's only a white guy. So, how are black people and Samoans and, Iraqis going to be able to connect with the board game if it's just a white person? So we're going to have to start tweeting to whoever makes this, I'm assuming Bradley Board Games or whatever. We're going to have to fix that. Let's just get everything to be canceled at this point. And some people had some good ideas, but because you can't tell a parody from what is actually happening or what liberals actually believe or are doing, some of these things have already happened. This guy said, how about, tampons for men? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, sir, but that idea has already been taken and implemented over 2 years ago when the Always feminine product company decided to literally remove the female symbol from their packaging to make them more inclusive for transgender people and non-binary customers. So one that I have come up with, and I'm actually quite surprised that Walmart hasn't taken this down, is the charcoal face cleaning masks. And some of them show a white person, a white woman, using the mask. So we're going to have to start trolling them and get them to ban that because, quite obviously, that's it's blackface, all right? Jeep Cherokee stood up to the lunatics saying that the Cherokee name was too offensive. As you know, everything else named after the Native American tribe has been banned, but so far, Jeep respectfully declined, which, I guess they deserve some credit. The proper response is to mock the morons. Either don't respond or laugh at them. Respectfully decline. They don't deserve any respect at all. But the madness is continuing to get so bad. like I said, we may be beyond the point of no return. NASDAQ has announced that they're not going to allow tech companies to sell their stock anymore unless they have at least one female on the board of directors and another from an underrepresented minority, meaning one of those rainbow people. And speaking of rainbow people, Twitch, which if you're not familiar with it, is a popular video game streaming platform where the kids go and play games and people watch them, and it's owned by Amazon.com. And they posted a tweet celebrating Women's History Month, which is in March, but they spelled the word women with an X because it contains the word men, and that's very sexist. And apparently that is not pleasing to the transgender community because that was supposed to be meant as a way to include biological women and transgender women. But the transgender community, of course, doesn't acknowledge any distinction between the two. And so there was so much backlash that Twitch then deleted the tweet and then issued this apology saying, quote, "While we originally wanted to use a word that acknowledges the shortcomings of gender binary language, after hearing directly from you, including members of the LGBTQIA+ community on Twitch, we will be using the spelling women moving forward." And just mocking these issues may get me a strike on YouTube. And Rudy Giuliani, as I've been predicting, is in danger of being completely banned from YouTube. He got his second strike for talking about the election in ways that you're not supposed to talk about, and so he's been suspended for 2 weeks now. There is some good news this week, however. The Golden Globes, which I told you I tried to watch, but I fell asleep during, dropped to a 13-year low. They lost 2/3 of their audience since last year alone. So a 63% drop from just last year. As people are tired of the mainstream celebrities, they have lost their power. There are thousands and thousands of YouTubers that have bigger fan bases and bigger audiences than mainstream media shows. And now nobody cares and wants to tune in to their award shows, which used to be the one event that people actually watched on mainstream media. Also, some good news. Texas has decided to lift the mask mandate starting, I think, in a week or two, and is allowing 100% of businesses to open as we are approaching the 1-year anniversary of the pandemic. But in response to the great news, several major corporations have virtue signaled that they're going to continue to require their employees and the customers to wear their masks if they're going to come into the stores. Texas, as you know, has sort of become a haven for many people, particularly from California, who are leaving the land of fruits and nuts to come to a normal state. And the normal people who live in Oregon are sick and tired of the liberals ruining their state. So for many years, they've been petitioning to change the border of Idaho to then include a certain county or counties in Oregon. It's called the Greater Idaho Initiative. It's going to be on the ballot in May, and I'm not joking when I say that kicking liberal states out of the United States or seceding may actually be the only way to preserve the once great United States and the freedoms that we've all known and enjoyed for generations. And the New York Times is warning their readers to stop thinking. Don't go down the rabbit hole, they say. Critical thinking isn't helping in the fight against misinformation. That's right. Why should their readers go and actually listen to other sides of the argument for the issues that the Democrats are pushing? Rabbit holes like my YouTube channel, which you should definitely subscribe to if you're new here, and definitely don't go to my online store or get my new Trump 2024 shirt, which is available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie. So head on over to my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.